Hey guys, it's Miss Schaefer. I am out today and tomorrow. I'm with the CSHS marching band. With them, I'm going with them to their state competition. Um, so I will be out Monday, Tuesday. I will be back Wednesday. I do expect really good behavior. I know yesterday was Halloween. I know you're probably up a little late. I know you've probably eaten a lot of candy, but you still have to behave. You still have to focus on math. Also, I want to remind you that you cannot eat candy in class. You cannot pass out candy in class, and that includes the hallway as well. The candy has to be in your lunchbox, and you can only eat it during lunch. So please be respectful of that, and don't give our sub a hard time with that. The first thing I want you to do is get out your planner and write the agenda for the week. So if we can pause the video and give everybody a minute or two to do that. All right, now you're going to get out your math journal, open to the next page, and set it up for today's notes. The writing Intro to Equations as its title, and the date is Monday, November 1st, 2021. Pause the video and give a minute or two, and that way you can also pass out the notes. All right, so for the notes today, we are going to be explaining two different definitions, one of equation, one of expression. So I want you to go ahead under the definition box, you're going to write that an equation is two equal expressions, and that an equation always has an equal sign. For me, that's easy to remember because the word equation kind of begins with the word equal. So I know it helps me remember that there's two equal expressions and it always has an equal sign. Now, to the right here, is the algebraic examples. That means we're including variables, which are letters that will represent a number, and maybe you're trying to solve what the variable is. And so the example would be 5 plus x equals 7, and 2x equals 8. And we know that when there's a number bumped up to a variable, that means that we're multiplying those. So those are algebraic examples. Now down here, oops, other examples. Well, that was a horrible arrow. There we go. You're writing just regular examples of an equation. It has the equal sign, and it's two expressions on either side of the equal sign. So we have 5 plus 2 equals 7. And then we have 2 times 4 equals 8. And those are equations because they have equal signs. Now some non-examples would be 5x, or x plus 6, x is greater than 2, or just the number 25. I want you to think for a minute, why are those non-examples of equations? What are they missing? Hopefully you came up with the answer that they're missing equal signs, right? So they do not have equal signs, so we cannot categorize these as equations. If I'm going too fast, you can pause the video and let everybody catch up. But if not, let's move on to expressions. Now, expressions are a mathematical phrase that contains numbers, variables, and operations. We know what numbers are. Variables, remember, are the letters that can represent numbers. And then operations, we know, is plus, minus, multiplication, division. An example of algebraic, or an algebraic example of expressions would be x plus 2 and 5x, which means 5 times x. There's no equal sign, and that's what makes it an expression. Regular examples right here would be 3 plus 2 or 5 times 2. Again, no equal sign. And then non-examples would be 2x plus 2 equals 10, or x equals 5, or x is greater than 5. So for the non-example right here, if I took away this equal sign and 10, right, that would be an expression. But since there is an equal sign, and there's the other answer, or there's the answer, so this would be an equation, not an expression. And equations, when you look up here, on each side of the equal sign, that would be an expression, or, whoops, that would be an expression. But since it has an equal sign, it's an equation. These do not. All right. If everybody has these written, you can fold it in half, glue it down in your math journal. You can pause the video for a minute and pass out the practice page. When you're ready, hit play, and I'll go over the practice page. Oop, I want to give you answers. All right, so for the practice page, you're going to have about 10-15 minutes, depending on how much time we have, to get as many of these as you can done, depending on the time. You're going to first work independently by yourself, and then after the 10-15 minutes, you'll talk as a table and compare answers. Please remember that if you have different answers, we're going to be kind and nice and have a conversation about what you were thinking. This is a way we can help each other out. So for the first one, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Well, first, the directions say, determine if the given values make each equation true. So for number 1, we have s plus 12 equals 17. So you're trying to figure out, is the 5 make it true? Will the 6 make it true? Or will the 7 make it true? So you're just going to plug those numbers in for the variable. So instead of s, sorry about that, I'm going to write 5 plus 12 equals 17. Is that a true statement? Yes. So I'm going to circle the 5. That makes it work. Then I plug in the 6 for the s. 6 plus 12 equals 17. Nope. Mark that one out. Mark that one out. And then 7 plus 12 equals 17. Is that a true statement? No. So that won't work. And then you'd move on to 2. So some of them, I know you could do some of these in your head, but I need to see some kind of work, some kind of thinking, okay? So pause it, give about 10-15 minutes to get as many of these done as you can by yourself, no talking. And then after that time, you can discuss as a table and compare answers. All right, now that you've done the practice page, you can hold on to that till I get back. But I want to talk about the homework. So the homework says, and please pass one out to everybody. It says, does this number make it true? Each of the following numbers, if substituted for the variable, makes one of the equations below into a true number sentence. Match the number to that equation. So these are the numbers right here. Let me zoom in a little more. Yeah, what happened? There we go. These are the numbers, and there's 5 of them, and you have 5 equations here, and you have to figure out which number goes where to make it true. So it's going to be a lot like our practice page. This will be graded, so you need to write nicely. You need to show me some work. If you just write an answer, I cannot give you credit for it. You have to prove your answers in some way. And again, write neatly, please. If I can't read it, I can't give you credit. But this will be graded. Also, make sure you put your name first, last, the whole last name, and your period number. Okay, you can stop the video, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow.